Good morning, Jai Hind. This is Flight Lieutenant Suresh Reddy talking from Jalwai Towers. Gentlemen and ladies, today is the D-Day for Jalwai Towers. Its future to be decided for the next 5 years. It has become very prominent because of the competition between the original owners and the second buyers, third buyers, and it is the time that the truth has to be revealed for all the voters to come and vote and see that the heritage of Jalwai Towers, the beauty of Jalwai Towers is upheld. It is our fundamental duty for every one of you to tell others and come by yourself and vote in favor of our green panel. Our green panel is a combination of defense officers, defense men from Air Force and Navy, and also the civilians who have bought and become the residents and members of the Jalwai Tower Society. We have a very great combination of people who can totally dedicate their time for the Jalwai Towers good works. And also we have persons in the candidature from all types of backgrounds, the civil engineering, the administration, doctors, lawyers, and technical personnel. And I myself, you all know, had the privilege of serving this colony for 5.5 years as its president. Now, kindly give a little time as you come for voting at Jalwai Towers. The voting is taking place today from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Jalwai Towers Community Hall. And be careful to vote correctly because we have already circulated our ballot paper sample and the card with our serial numbers in the ballot paper. It is important because the adversary team also will distribute all these things and you should not get confused. The most important thing is whatever you have voted, it has to be valid and not rejected against the two categories. One is the open category wherein the vacancies are for 11 managing committee members and you kindly vote only for green panel 11 candidates which we have already circulated. Their numbers are in the first column, the names in the second column, the symbols in the third column, and as such all these 4 columns. The photos are also available next to the names. So hence, while you vote, you have to see that the swastik which they give from cooperative society is not stamped on the lines, the upper or lower line. It has to be directly against the serial number in the ballot paper, and it can be on the name, it can be on the photo, or it can be on the symbol. And don't write anything, don't scratch anything, otherwise the ballot paper might get rejected. And in the open category, there are 22 candidates, and kindly vote for our candidates in serial numbers which we have circulated with a writing on the top as green panel, and my name will be there, Flt.Lt.M Suresh Reddy retired. And in the another ballot paper sheet, it will be the women's category in which you have to select 2 women of our green panel, serial number 1 and 3. Here also the same earlier precautions have to be followed to see that the ballot paper doesn't get rejected. This is all about the voting pattern, and please carry your identity card, either PAN or Aadhaar or service identity card, ex-serviceman identity card, bank card, or any sort of such a thing, so that the officials of the cooperative department will clear you for voting. Now, coming to the actuals of what are the issues at this colony. We, myself, and C.S. Rao and T.N. Rao, all three of us duly contributed in making this project a success. Otherwise, in 2004, literally the AFNHB decided to close the project and call it a day and refund all the money that they have taken from the allottees. But we having a lot of influence in the government at that time, especially I had been a party general secretary and was in close proximity with the then Chief Minister. That is how all together from the three of us, without hesitation I can say, contributed to the success of this great project. And this project, Jalwai Towers, is the most prestigious project in India because of its location and the internal planning. Only issue is the AFNHB did lot of irregularities and the contractor ruined the construction. As a result, they left a totally devastated buildings with too many issues to be settled. I tried my level best. When I became the president from 2012 December until June 2018, I took up on the AFNHB, used my contacts with the two defense ministers, Mr. Antony, Mr. Parekar, and also I got this issue of AFNHB questioned in the parliaments and also brought n number of MPs to inspect personally and know that how much damage and loss has been done to our veterans and the serving defense personnel. And as a result of which, enormous pressure was put on AFNHB and the contractor was blacklisted, and that is how the leftover project, in fact in 2012, they left the entire construction and all the issues here and they ran away, abandoning the project. So by all these tactics, I could make and force AFNHB and contractor to come and complete the remaining part of the project. Now, in fact, I was living very close to this project. So in 2007 itself, while the works were going on in the construction, I found that there are a lot of irregularities in the curing, in the way of material quality, the unskilled labor that they were using, and the designs were little faulty, and no supervision was there. And I collected nearly 70 of our allottees, formed a society, and wrote to the AFNHB that we will be inspecting every day and they should recognize our registered society. But unfortunately, AFNHB, because they were using divide and get along policy, they didn't accept our society as a valid society. And thereafter, they divided this allottees altogether. Out of 530, they formed with their background and influence and favoritism some of our own allottees as opposing our moves and siding AFNHB. That is the unfortunate thing which led to all this mess. The another thing is the AFNHB, I wanted to, as a president, file a case on AFNHB in the National Consumer Forum. I even served a lawyer's notice on them, and unfortunately our own brethren in the general body who were siding AFNHB, they didn't allow me to go ahead. That is how I couldn't do anything. That is how nearly 20 crores, which now we have to put in to make this colony a standard one, and cover up all the repairs and other problems. Uh, Nearly 20 crores it would cost in total if actually and really done well. That is a loss now because we have to raise or we have to see that the funds are available for such works. Now, so another thing is AFNHB left APCO and ACT two lands which were won by AFNHB on our behalf in the tender NTC had floated, and they conveniently left these two and didn't register on our name. So I had a proximity with the Indian government textile minister and also the local CM of AP and APCO chairman, and I was almost about to acquire back these lands, nearly zero point 0.7 acres of extent, which presently cost 40 crores. So this, when I put in the general body, the same groupism which were against me as developed by AFNHB opposed it and didn't allow me to move forward. Another person who wanted to volunteer to take over and not allow me, Group Captain O.C. Shekaram, he took over and didn't move an inch. That is how we lost 40 crores worth of land. Now, even the piped gas system, which I was about to commission, these guys said we will commission, and to have a transparency and provide for openness, we allowed them to commission, but they failed it also. This is how unnecessarily the groupism and the divide that has come from 2010 onwards has really devastated our colony and our interests. Today I am telling all these things because lot of maligning and propaganda and marketing and all sorts of methods are used. Even the platforms on the apps and emails are misused only to point out on me. Kindly understand, I was fed up after all these things in 2018. I just kept away, I didn't contest, and for the last 5 years I went into a total Agnatavasam, and I didn't even try to even attend a GBM regularly because the opposite people who had occupied the managing committee, they would have a free time and not get disturbed by my presence. But however, this 2018 to 2023, the last year managing committee, which ended day before yesterday, they divided. The managing committee members fought against each other. As a result, one Group Captain O.C. Shekaram hardly withstood for 1.5 years, followed by late Commander T.O.T.A.G., who also could not stand more than 1.5 years. And finally, our own guys took it, the original allottees and the original owners, and given it to a person from a banking background whose reputation you can find out what it is. And it was unfortunate and a disgrace for this colony to have such a lady sitting there. And naturally, she collected all the people and made a group against the original owners, and these people from non-defense especially were encouraged, while she totally rejected our Air Force and Naval guys who were the members, and all the managing committee members who were nominated and the office bearers were all from non-defense. And then the president didn't know what the secretary did, and they formed a TAC committee. Both managing committee and the TAC committee together, they went on doing a lot of irregularities, just like the AFNHB which fooled us. Now this gang who have come as a caucus, the second buyers and the third buyers, not that all the people who brought second and third from the original buyers are like this. Only a particular people promoted and groomed by this lady who sat in the President's office for the last 2 years, they have come up and they are the only small group who are maligning entire other second and third buyers. In fact, many of the civilian people who bought it here, they bought because it is a defense colony. They take it as a pride for having their houses here, and they admire our defense people. And the children also like it because it is a defense colony. But however, this small group which got into the managing committee and which were in the TAC committee, they went on doing the repairs. Whatever money that we have saved as a reserve, near the crores of rupees that we have bled with our blood and sweat that we saved, that is being used. And in the last 2 years, whatever repairs these guys have done, that they claim they are doing a great thing, all those are just a repetition what AFNHB and SVEC contractor did to the project in the early stages of this project. That is, we are getting fooled second time. That is the reason we all, the original owners who were here and settled here, we felt very bad, and in spite of our retiring from all these things, we had no choice but to get into the fray and are struggling to see that we are back in MC and set right all these things in the next 5 years. That is how now we are in the green panel. The green panel has a, as I said, the combination wherein 8 defense people are there, 4 are Air Force, 4 are naval, and 5 are officers and 3 are men. And from the other 6 persons who are competing, one woman is the wife of late Commander Prasadji, and the doctor is there, a lawyer is there, and a high-tech professional is there, and another woman who has a experience of working in a society and colony in the society office is also there. So we have a very good combination, and all are 90% are going to be in the colony itself, and all are dedicated and coming forward to work for resurrecting our Delvoy towers. And during my time of 2012 to 2018 also, the groupism that was created by AFNHB tried their level best. Everything they were opposing in general bodies, they were creating problems by influencing officials and politicians outside. They even, in the Times of India, you all may be remembering, in 2014-15, they created a hoax saying, and it was printed in the front page of Times of India with these guys' influence, saying that a servant maid is raped and murdered. To such an extent they went, and it was proved by inquiry by the state government that is nothing but a creation of our own guys, and I need not mention them because some of them have expired, some of them have sold off their flats here, made good money, and they left from this colony. Yet their other accomplices are still here, and they are siding now the other group which is contesting against us. And the other group which is contesting is having all guys who are occupied either in business or in their own jobs, and they already ruined the repair works, being in TAC committee and also MC. And our own guys, follow up of what had been created by AFNHB as a groupism, the rest over, they are trying their best to support those guys only out of vengeance and compromising our colony and society's prestige and our culture, our goodness, our respectable living, our great heritage. That is how we are taking so much pain now. Now, the question is, in the last 5 years, the maintenance is totally compromised. You can find, because the people who are living far away are not able to assess what are the conditions here. We people who are living here, all from the original owners, we are feeling miserable because the whole colony is looking like a slum area. The cement works done 5 years, 4 years back from now, they are all left over like that. Wires are hanging everywhere of the lifts, and the panels have come out, and the electric wires hang around, and nothing done in 5 years. Everything is left over. The borewell water is compromised, and the lighting is improper. The events have been destroyed, and even the facilities which we created during our period, they all have been, the tenants who are operating them for the convenience of the residents, they all have been either closed or whichever is running, they are charging exorbitant costs because of the very high levels of rentals these people raised during the last 5 years. And they destroyed everything, to be very frank. And I am not trying to just to cook up. Anybody can come here. I will show the constructions, the way the rooftops have cracked already, which have been repaired by this MC and TAC committee hardly from 1 year from now, and they leaked and during the recent rains, and the flats down, they got all the, even the false ceilings have fallen, the furniture got damaged. So such things have happened. So this is how the things are happening here. That is the only reason, because this is the only next 5 years that we can dedicate, and we are all in good health, we are all matured, and we are all from service backgrounds, civilian backgrounds of very great professionalisms. Hence, I request all of you, kindly come for voting. Tell others also, please bring your identities. Vote properly, don't get the vote, the ballot paper rejected. And please help us. All the, especially the people who are living outside, will make a difference. Because here in the colony, the balance between the new buyers and the original buyers is almost equal. So hence they are propagating unnecessarily divide, and that is where we feel that we have to have all of you from all over the Hyderabad city to come and compulsory vote. Kindly be here. Please convince and tell others also, our veterans and other civilians, and hope sense prevails in the other guys, and we will bring back this colony back to its original glory. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. I sign off.